Oh, B-Tube Studio crash. Fun. Let's fix that real quick. I'm gonna crank up this microphone as well, because I've been messing with the settings on it, so. Hey, we're here now. Let me wave at you. Hi. Hi. So we are continuing with Chapter 7. Basically, I'm in the process of doing all of the side stuff, 100%ing the zone. On from there. You a 30 stream streak. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you very much. I realize I call you like 3 different names, because I've called you Thoth before, too. I actually don't remember what I'm up to here. Nope, it's this one. Button is the map. So I still need more of those, but I don't know where all of them are at. I think I only have 2. I need 4. Makes a difference to me as long as I know I'm being referred to. Fair enough. Fair enough. I respect that. I'm happy to be playing Final Fantasy VII. In hindsight, I forgot that Blizzard is doing raid testing on their next raid. Yeah, Ue. Yeah. And then like Ophi will also say, will then say UA. Alright, can I come here and we'll do this Fiend one, I think. Do I already have this one done? No, I haven't done that one. Okay.
Fiends roam this place.
Rare Sholopod variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. The Sholopod's tentacles are considered a delicacy by many. True gourmands, however, hold that the flavor of these variants is a cut above their more ubiquitous brethren. Unfortunately, this palatability has made them the preferred prey of many predators. To deter such threats, they've evolved a rock-hard exoskeleton replete with spikes. Certainly would make me think twice. Is the taste worth the risks their shells pose? There's only one way to find out. Analyzing the biological.
With me.
All right. See what these guys are up to. Okay.
Just know I'm cheering for you.
You're done.
Under control.
Really easy to get these guys. You know, what do we do? Oh yeah, I have a bigger one.
Calling fire. That's it.
Can't stay on surprise.
Easy enough.
Managed to complete all intel objectives.
I try to stick to Conqueror because that's what you have in your Discord thing now. I see in a couple of the servers. So, all right, everyone leveled up, but not a lot I can do with that. See if these guys say anything different about where their stuff is located at.
Having our bro help out's like having 100 of us. Even better. Throw 100 Johnnies in a fight and we'd still get our asses. So, you find anything, bro? They ought to be all around the zip lines, right where we dropped them. Come on, don't leave us hanging. We need your help.
Okay, it's all around the zip lines. That doesn't fucking help, but here we are. Just wait for a second. What was that? I said I'm trying to be better about calling you Conquer, since that's what's in your Discord profile name now in a few of the servers that we're in. I think it's just like respectable to do that. Like I find it's always funny. Like people are always like, how do like people that know me or like watch my YouTube videos hear me pronounce my online name, and they're like, that's not how I perceived it, and I'm like, it's fine. Like a lot of people will put more emphasis on the A and call me Warax. I just call me Warex, where it's the A sound is like a long A, almost E sound, and people are like, which one is it? I'm like, I don't care. This is between Discord and chat. 1 or 2 servers asked for it, and I did it, and the rest out of courtesy. That's fair. Getting all the graphical glitches with these things again? No, we actually are working correctly this time. Good. I think they're all around the zip lines. I'm wondering if I'm being too narrow in how I search. Oh, controller. Dude, if I had another USB plug, I swear to God. But I don't have another USB slot in this PC. I wonder if I'm looking like strictly around the base of the zip lines, and I'm wondering if there's stuff like out here, because they're fucking idiots, and that's what they would do. Or if there are multiple zip lines, and I'm just thinking too hard about this. I only assume there's multiple zip lines. Jesus, I still got so much to cover. Holy crap. Gotta look now. You ready to have a good stream? Appreciate that. Yeah, have fun, dude. I know you're, I think you're out on vacation, so the fact that you're tuning in at all is kind of ridiculous. All right. I assume at some point I will be getting into a fight at this excavation site, so here we are. Someone tells me I'll be back here soon. Okay, so the question is how do I get up? There are multiple zip lines around here. Okay, so if there's a ladder, I can go up it and then he will follow me up. That makes sense. I gotta just find the way up. Look for a giant set of stairs. Works. Yeah, howdy, hey Kyle. How are you, dude? So you've been doing a lot of fellowship, enjoying the new season.
You think that mushroom's edible?
Oh, she doesn't know. Okay. That's fine. Flashbang. Sorry about that.
Just bring back all the mooglets for me, Kupo.
Eventually these things are just gonna be there. Time is sensitive to get into Eternal. Nice. I've just been mostly messing around with the new character, just trying to gear up a little bit. I've had some very rough times in Adept right now because, like, my experience doing Odd Q is that all of them have fallen apart, and then
Thanks so much for helping us get this emporium open. Not many people create a. It's such an inspiring story, Kupo.
but then it's like, and even in Adept right now, it's like 12 minutes. Odd Comp and like Contender, I think is fine, but beyond that, I think it falls apart.
Feel free to drop by any time.
Like Odd Comp is like really good for like mega casual play, where you're just like, I just want to get in and maybe get an item or two. But yeah, beyond that, I think it's, if you care about progression, then it's very much bait. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that either. That's like the thing. Like, I'm not saying that it's like the addition of the thing was bad. I actually don't think it was bad. I think it was actually quite wise. It's just because like I don't do anything in a game like that where like I care about timing keys and getting gear and improving the character or something like that. Like for me, a game like that, I always will take it like seriously enough that like I want to be good at it, but then at the same time like okay, so this is gonna take me, I believe, this way. Appreciate the check-ins, Andy. Morning. Morning. Afternoon for me. I'll probably go until about 4:15 or so, since I got started a little late. I just, like, smelled myself when I got up this morning. Like, I stretched, and I was like, oh god, I don't smell good, even though I showered yesterday. So... just wash the body. Got it clean, and we get in here and get going.
Okay, guys. Gloves up.
Rare sea terpsichore variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Terpsichores, whose males carry their eggs to term, are symbols of both families. Bliss and fertility. In fact, it was customary for ancient peoples to present their household leaders with mythical swine. Those are so beautiful and sought after that their value ranks as precious gems. Their dazzling color is likely due to the nutrient-rich food found in this area.
I didn't see...
Imagine being gifted something so gorgeous.
Alright, I guess I gotta do this again.
Allow me.
Nice.
Good luck, Cloud. Your imagination is fine. Just warming up. You insist.
Wanna beg for mercy?
Happy 100 streams. Yeah, I think this is officially stream 100 for me for the year. I'll have to look. You know, it's funny. I set the goal to do 100 streams for the year, and I hit 100 streams in 6 months.
No sleeping on the job.
Fight through.
You like what you can.
So it's my turn?
I
Gotta go for it now.
Oh, damn. Those fiends... Okay. Okay. I gotta hit it with ice while they're spinning. Happy birthday. Appreciate that. Starting my 39th journey around the sun. I need to update my Twitch panel later.
dangerous beings in the vicinity.
Bundle up.
Males carry the heaviest turns. Are people the most unusual ways
Let's
to
see.
use fertility? Some. Protect people's region to prevent their household leaders from critical spines.
Freeze.
Are so beautiful you saw that. And their round legs add a precious skin. Dazzling
Gotta be
coloration. Like the nutrient-rich food found in this area.
No way!
Imagine something so gorgeous. I know I would certainly be over the moon. Anyway, good luck, Cloud. And make sure not to damage those mines. Come on! Keep it up!
Go on! You willing
Shiva
to
with
step
her
up,
eye
bro?
club. Oh, destroy these.
I'm your one-stop club.
And stay on surprise. All objectives completed. We've accrued a lot of great data, thanks to you.
Okay. Two people down at 1 HP. Giggle every time I see red 13 on a goddamn chocobo. Maybe we can go around this way and get to our summons for this. If not, then, you know. Started the lure product this week. Nice. We killed Chimeras last night, actually. $85 pulls and 4 P1 intermissions. That sounds about right. It's called a P1 White Factory for a reason. Yeah, we got Chimeras. Like, at one point, I literally told the team, it's in the VOD somewhere, I'm sure. I was like, we get through one intermission clean, this boss is dead. Like, quite literally, the boss is toast. And sure enough, the first time we got a clean intermission phase, the boss died. Quite literally the first time we got one. It was kind of funny to me. Yeah, we were struggling with positioning, even with 4 DKs. And then we just kind of sat down eventually. I don't even remember who made the suggestion, but someone was like, why don't we just do this? And I was like, why did I never think of that before? And basically it was like, we stick one group and they kind of hover always towards the back of the room. And the other group always stays towards the front of the platform. And then based on that, that's what kind of opens up and allows us to allows us to kind of always be in a position where we can not have crossover, but allow us to still get over to like doing, like getting our people over to the kicks. Like what essentially happened is I was like, all right, on every single one, I was like, I want a hunter and a melee. So I think in like our case, it was like a hunter and I think our warrior. I was like, you follow the DPS Death Knight down there and try to get kicks off. That way, if he doesn't get it before, or if he's slow moving over there or whatever reason, you know, we can still get the kick off. And did that, and then for me, it was literally just me and the DK, because I knew the other DK's positioning was really solid. And then I was like, all right, literally everyone else, your only focus is to kick the horror closest to your closest to wherever your tank is going. You focus that one, and then all those others go from there. And went from there. I would have done something like that, but I mean, you know the group, like, I would rather have an insane amount of coverage that it turns out I didn't need. I'm just gonna turn this quest in because I just want it done with. And go from there. Yeah, so both our brewmasters switched to DK. Quick brought in one of the guys from Felix.
Yep, this is definitely some of them. Would have liked all of it, but I guess we better get this haul back. Which means our work here. Well, since you asked.
Wait.
Yep, and I bet they could really think they were headed toward one of those old Republic era.
And then Led has been gearing his DK because he's likely going to play it for next season. So he brought it along because it's 280 plus at this point. So worked out. A few people bonus rolled their mythic gaze, so good for them. I did not.
Didn't? Wait, was it you? Not me. So you're saying it was me? No way. You're too. Hey, you're talking.
You two are a riot. Have you thought about starting a two-man show? I bet it'd be a smash hit. Right?
What's funny is something like Chimeras is like a one boss that, like, the more DKs you have, actually the easier it is. And then a boss like Sporefall, is the more DKs you have, the more troll it gets.
Why don't we just make it ourselves? So to do that, we're hunting for a transmuter chip.
Any luck?
Sure wish we had a chocobo right about now.
Okay, I'll take it from here.
Sweet! We're looking for instructions on how to craft the boiler valve. And if you find one of those chips, feel free to just transmute a valve yourself.
Are you trying to give us even more work?
You two are the best. Where's that chip? Hey, see that? A glint of light. Maybe now? Time to put my sniffer to work. Wait, what does a chip smell like?
Oh, do I have all this stuff done already?
Whoa, you actually found the chip. Once you've got all the necessary...
Okay. What am I missing? Nothing. Cool. Ooh, beguiling amulet for red. The enhanced one actually makes it good for everyone. That's interesting. Platinum earrings for Aerith. He's my primary magic person. Oh, petrification. I was like, what is this item doing?
X marks the spot! Wait. Oh, baby, this hot, steamy shower.
Well, we should probably report back to...
And there's one more. Said he wanted to give the hotel royal flair by putting the Tonberry King's crown on display.
Oh, Lord.
As we heard, he was hope he's not dying of thirst, or you wouldn't mind going to check on him. You're the best! Well, we got a boiler to fix. Our other life is in your hands, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a mirage? I can't believe you're here, bro!
Me neither.
Well, I'm glad
True.
you are. You see, and I thought a Tonberry King's crown would, but it's, somewhere over. Rumor has it, the Tonberry King lives somewhere. But there's no way your boy John... Listen, bro, I don't know if you'd really be doing me a solid if you brought me back that crown.
I hope you know a way into the desert cloud, because I sure don't.
Best chin pugs I've seen with 4+ DKs. Yeah, it's crazy just how much easier it makes that fight.
Your kindness is bringing me to tears, bro. Just don't keep me waiting too long. We John...
Wonder if this will let me swim through now. Nope. Okay. around just on my DK, just trying stuff, and then on let's see if it's over here. I don't think there's anything back here that I can get. Got the Tonberry. Oh, okay. I'm looking to possibly, I'm more likely leaning warrior because like I've been looking at recruitment stuff, and like a lot of guilds are being more active about seeking out alright, I think I have to do the main story in order to advance things now.
The best way to make tracks is on all passengers with
How about that?
I mean, my shift isn't over.
But based on the early recruitment stuff, like nobody's really looking for Demon Hunter because everyone's got their Devourer. And Hunters are a dime a dozen. Potentially looking to play Survival / BM. But with both of those achieving the very low priority, I've been seeing a lot of Warrior stuff, and I still enjoy playing Warrior, honestly. Like, I've been back to playing it in Gearing, and it's been a lot of fun, both Fury and Arms and Prot, frankly. Like, I've enjoyed all of them.
There you are. Glad you could make it. Once a year, we take a retreat to enjoy this. What do you say?
I think I would.
Well, we'll happily help you both become your best.
You mean it? Well, I'm...
Here's a question for you, Cloud. Fair enough, but I'm not too concerned about that. Now let's get down to the reason I wanted you to. Monsters have been spotted skulking around.
Sure.
Splendid. We can't train our bodies unless our minds are at ease. So you'll be doing all of us muscleheads a big favor.
Protein.
Let's get out there and kick some ass.
Someone's excited.
Well, yeah. Wanted an excuse to work up a sweat, and now I've got one.
Wonder what little Tifa would say.
I think she'd be pretty proud.
Gotta stay.
Alright, should have gone with Barrett in it.
I'll take care of them. Get ready.
Let's just try Thunder.
Too bright? You'll see. We'll make it quick. Oh, it's over. This one's for you.
Okay, so that didn't work. Let's try shit to it. Fire.
This is gonna hurt. Gotta go for it now. So long. Get him. You'll see. Over here. I'm trying, but
Let's do this.
I can't.
I got your number. Don't overdo it.
You're in good hands now. With the power of his providence. Here I go. Gotcha. How you like that? Proper. Do me proud.
Deal with that.
You won't regret this. Good to go.
Let's do this. Calling ice. Fluffy. Let's finish this. Don't overdo it.
Don't let me down. I'm coming.
On it.
I didn't realize I didn't have ice on her.
For you. Be beautiful.
Come on.
Here. Get ready. Yoo-hoo. Feeling silly?
Can't really go wrong with steak, I guess.
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Just some mental meal prep. The ideal post-workout dish.
So, you were the one behind Seventh Heaven's menu?
Half was a holdover from the old owner. The better half was mine.
Huh. Should have ate there more.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
Oh shit, I should have faded up the group, damn it.
I'm your one-stop progress shop. Get lost. Ready for it, back down. Got one more shot, little. Let it thunder. Here I go. How about you show
My
us what you
turn.
got?
Get what this thing was. Fire.
You're done. Bundle up. Now. All right. Going in. It's over.
Hey, Cloud. Would you say you're a picky eater?
Soldiers can't be choosers. We ate what we were fed.
Well, I used to be super picky, actually.
Really?
Used to be. Not anymore, though. Can't be choosers in the slums, either.
What about crab?
Not a fan.
Yeah, me neither.
Alright, let me switch out Barrett. Yuffie. Is it that one already? I did. Okay.
Come on. Time to burn. It's on now. You're done. That's that. Take the lead.
Need my help, do you? Feeling a bit chilly? Suck on this! Got a whole heap of land with your name on it!
Got it?
For a serious ass whooping.
What kind of meals do they feed soldiers?
They put a lot of thought into making them healthy. Not much into making them tasty. Ugh.
That face says it all.
I just basically feel like I just gotta wander the roads.
Didn't realize it at the time, but we ate pretty good when we were kids.
Yeah. Homegrown fruits and vegetables, and great chefs eager to use them.
You know, it's funny going back to WoW stuff because I'm just trying to figure this quest out. But basically, what I've learned with WoW, and particularly Warrior, is that like ARMS obviously has like this very high reputation in Mythic Plus right now, where everyone's like, yeah, you play it in high keys, in Fizz Comp, whatever the case may be. And then I sim it. And even though I've been statting for like haste crit for Warrior and stuff like that, I've actually seen way more success right now as Fury. I find that interesting. What does this will count as pack 4?
Call it a droppy. Let's finish this. Chill.
Don't catch a cold.
It's like I did a sim in both single target and AoE, and in both cases, not even accounting for you know, accounting for all the buffs and stuff like that, I was actually doing a lot more.
Buckle up.
That's the last of them. You ready to head back?
I was doing a lot more damage as Fury than it was ARMS in Sims. And the damage in keys is about even. Some of that's just because I'm just pretty out of practice. And I didn't sit down and really work on the arms rotation side of things. Like I just need to training dummy it for a little bit. Debated just doing PTR testing.
Now we can get back to training fiend free.
Excuse me.
Hello, Amina.
Sorry to butt in, but you wouldn't happen to be the one who beat these guys in a pull-up contest, would you?
Watch it, rookie. Don't badmouth us.
But that's how it went down, right?
As much as I'd love to be a warrior, it's just not as wanted. See, I've been finding some decent recruiting posts for it.
Right? After I heard how you crushed it, I knew I had to join the gym. You're the reason I'm here.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not your only fan. Look, all of us signed up because we wanted to be just like you.
Damn, Tifa.
It's just as she says. Thanks to you, our female membership has absolutely skyrocketed.
Does not want any keys at all.
Needless to say, we're very grateful.
I think the
Didn't really
thing
do
is,
it.
people still don't understand that warrior is actually way better in Mythic Plus now than it used to be. Because like you have piercing shout, you have berserking roar, you have
I wanna challenge you
better battle
to a
shout.
stand-up contest.
You now have easy access to shockwave. Like there's a ton of CC that it has.
Amina's been training to achieve your look, Tifa.
You know,
You'd be helping her measure.
battle shout is a limited buff. Yes, it still only works really in physical compositions.
Prove superior. I'll add a bonus to the reward.
Excuse me. And arm still basically only functions in still really only functions when there's a shaman around. If they would do like they buffed, I believe they buffed Rally a couple of patches ago, not to back to where it was one of the best grade buffs, grade defensives in the game. But it was still pretty good. I'm getting my energy drink supplement set up here as well. But I do think that it's actually way, way, way better than people think. Oh, and Stormbolt for Fury and for Warrior. Stormbolt's 3 targets. That's also really good. Hang on, I'm gonna put water in my cup real quick. And now we're getting more clear Rend identity in terms of how they want Rend to be done with every class. Like obviously Prot Warrior isn't changing because they're still just chilling on the do it with Thunderclap. Fury's now doing it with Thunderclap and can take it single target, and Arms now is gonna manually apply it in single target, and then Cleave will apply it in AoE, which is a little weird. They probably should just tie Thunderclap and Rend together permanently. But I kind of get it. Basically, hit the buttons. So I think people are sleeping on in keys in particular. I think they really are sleeping on it.
Yeah, keep it up.
That was perfect.
Incredible form.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
It's almost like your muscles are singing.
You two are doing awesome.
Okay. Hang on, let me lock in for this.
Beautiful.
You're killing it. Now's your chance,
Ah.
Nina. Don't you ever get
Alright, I'll take that loss. That's fine.
Oh yeah! You see, I was just warming up back there, but now I'm ready to fight for the title.
Oh, the
These abs are ready when
part of the side quest to finish it. Fuck me. So, but I think that happens a lot. Like people just kind of like they see a spec really do well in like one area and they think that that's the only area that they're gonna succeed at, and the truth is that's not the case.
Truly incredible.
Just like that. Show off.
You're both so stunning.
You're killing it. Where'd that come from? It's almost like your muscles are singing.
I'm at a loss for words.
Alright, I know I gotta get roughly to 17, right?
Yeah, keep it up. Incredible form. Having a hard time? It's almost like your muscles are singing. I can't get enough of those beautiful muscles.
Just in time. Just in time. But yeah, I think a lot of people sleep on it, right?
That was one hell of a workout.
Like, yeah, it's at a slight disadvantage that it only does one damage type in a game where almost every spec outside, I mean, because, like, how many specs are truly pure physical anymore? Outlaw Rogue, Feral Druid, Warriors. And even the Warriors, a little less so because technically nature damage through Thunderclap.
Wow, you got thanks a lot. You, like I said, nobody's born with a beautiful physique like yours. I can tell you poor gal.
Oh, no, she was born that way.
Sweat and tears into your training. Honestly, Sorry. Thank you. Glad I could help. Well, actually, I was hoping that, if it's not too much to ask, would you, Tifa, be my muscle mentor? Me? Really? I don't know.
By all means, you have my blessing. If you don't mind dropping by from time to time, I'm sure she'd benefit from your advice.
Might as well.
If that's what you want, then I'll back you up. Oh my gosh! Thanks, Coach! Muscle mentor.
Little Honda called
Has
me.
a nice ring to it.
Here you go, then. Your extermination fee. And as promised, a little extra for helping her out. Come back whenever you want to pump some iron. You're always welcome.
I still don't fully understand if that person is male or female. With the body of a... Whatever, I'm not gonna question it. They should do them. Alright, let's see. Wait, no. Can I even do this before I can... Just trying to see if I can even do this Tonberry King thing before... Okay. So yeah. Can't do that one until I finish the story quest. So we're getting story content here. Hooray. But back to the thing before my ADHD all takes over and I go haywire. I need to take my meds, but I haven't eaten yet today. I should change that. I got pizza in the fridge. I'll eat that here soon. While this cinematic is going, I'll grab it.
Out of service.
So we've got a walk? You'll be fine. Fresh air, nice view.
The view ain't all that. Not unless you enjoy staring at ruined reactors.
Right. You grew up around here, didn't you?
Let's get a move on.
Hey, Cloud! Materia's like super condensed Mako or something, right?
So?
So, that means wherever we find Mako, we'll find Materia too! Alright, timeout's over, team. Let's go!
You know, Yuffie, when you're part of a team, you can't just do whatever you feel like.
What? So does that mean I gotta run everything by you first?
Yep.
So that's the game. Fine. Permission to sing, sir?
What?
Permission to scratch my back, sir? Permission to blow my nose, sir? Didn't get permission to yawn yet. Well, do I get permission or not?
Sure, you can do it while you're warming the bench.
That's an abuse of power! Tyrant! Tyrant! Tifa, tell me your secret. How'd you put up with this jerk face?
His good qualities outweigh the bad.
Yeah, by how much? Like 51% good guy to 49% jerk face?
Maybe a little more than that.
So what, like a 55-45 split?
Close to.
Not you too, Tifa.
I think Aerith might need a break. Sorry. My legs are killing me.
Let's
Your
go
red
see
staying with her.
But if we stop now, the materia... I mean, the mystery men might slip away. Hey, I know what to do. I'll go on ahead and scout the area for us. You guys can catch up later. Well, see ya.
Catch up later, my ass.
Think I'd better go keep an eye on them. Barrett's not himself right now, you know?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time, okay? No need to rush.
Thanks. Will do.
Weird. Excuse me. Jesus. Wizard rod. Alright. I'm noticing a pattern that they're making her weapons, like, generally speaking, not as good. Alright, since we are in the midst of story stuff, if ads pop up, we will be pausing during the ads. There. I was messing around on PTR with Warrior, just kind of like not necessarily doing anything mega intense, just messing around with it. These are called sandhog pies. It's hilarious. That'd even be something people would care about, because like I just don't think people would care about me messing around at a target dummy, messing around with talent builds. Kind of doing the things that like the theory crafters do. I enjoy doing that stuff, but I just don't know if anyone else would care if I was doing that. Just like if I'm not helping with a 3400 push tonight for my brother, then I'm probably just gonna mess around on PTR or try to finish 3K on the Warrior, one of the two. I don't think I've know what these guys are. Everything's ice up here.
Moving on then.
Need to make some more ethers. Can I make ethers? I don't have the stuff for it. Okay. Back, how's stream? Stream's been good, dude. We're getting into some of the story stuff of Chapter 7 now, going up Mount Coral. They kind of made it a little more open area to explore this section, so that's kind of just what I'm doing right now. Just having fun with it. Found a couple treasure chests. Just cruising along. I'm gonna go probably another 2.5 hours. Where I need to get dressed and go pick up my kid from summer camp so he and I can hang out for a while. Such a long commitment. So, hang on. Let me look at my... Sorry, I'm getting all the fucking birthday pings. I'm just trying to heart all of them to let the people know that I saw it. Yeah, I spent 37 hours and I basically played just the story on Remake. So it's actually not that much longer than your standard. Than your standard game. I mean, like Pragmata, I spent 17 hours in, and that's a short game for Capcom purposes, and that was without going back through and grinding all the collectibles and stuff like that. Happy birthday again. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah. Getting quite old, 39. Well, old in the circles that I tend to wander in, right? Because, like, I think most of the... Like, getting Facebook messages and having to like each one, yeah. That's a really good comparison, actually. What's funny is that, like, because I run in circles with a lot of people that are on the younger side, I always am sitting there, like, yeah, I'm the old man of the group and stuff like that. Like, you think of, like of all the streamers that I enjoy the most, of the ones that I know the age of. Now, some, obviously, they keep their age quiet for reasons that are very valid. But of the ones that I know... I think the one that's closest in age to me is 8 years now. And that's a VTuber that doesn't even really know I exist, obviously, and that's Krelly. She's very open about she's 31. I know Farah's in her mid-20s, I believe she said before on stream. I think. Could be wrong on that. Don't hold me to that. But then there's a couple that I know that are like Vixoria is a very popular VTuber. She's in her 40s. Cha-Cha, your V-Mom, is I think in her... She has 4 kids. I think she's in her late 30s, early 40s. You know, like Cottontail's 26. She's been very open about that. Boomy, I think, is 25. Like, also all the like a majority of the VTubers that I love hanging around and watching and consuming their content for. They're all like 10 plus years younger than me for the most part. So it's like a thing where like even in some of the the gaming circle, like the only place where I don't feel old is my gaming circles. Like at 39 years old, I'm actually kind of middle of the pack for age in the WoW guild that I play in. Like a lot of the people that I play with are in their 40s and 50s. Speak for yourself. And then an area like I didn't say you were. I said most of the people in the guild that I play with are in their 40s and 50s. I mean, of the people that are young, I think our youngest members are I think our Oak's kids, one of his kids is 20 or something like that. I think Conqueror says, I know you're in your mid-20s. Kyle, I know you're in your I think you're in your mid-20s as well. It's just funny, I find myself in these varied circles where the main gaming space that I occupy is 35. Okay. Where the main gaming spaces that I occupy are skews older, but then the other content areas that I enjoy consuming, which are just generally VTubers just chatting stuff, and then ASMR, those demographics actually skew, at least for the creators. I won't say for the general audience, because that I don't know. But for the general audience, it feels like or for the creators, it feels like those folks skew younger, which is really interesting. And I'm not even going to get into the not safe for work side of things that, admittedly, I do explore myself, but that's all sorts of nonsense potentially. Eventually there's gonna be a place to rest, right? I just, it's kind of hit me that like the reality of my life right now, you know, and I put this on social media, a little bit on mostly on, started it on Instagram and then posted it in multiple post threads on Blue Sky and Twitter, but like, you know, at one point I didn't want to make 35. Here I am starting my 39th trip around the sun. You know, so for me, like everyone, like I've had people that are like, bro, you celebrate your birthday? Like, hell yeah, I celebrate my birthday. And it's not just because I'm like some old person that still wants to be like a narcissistic child, everything's about me type thing. It's like, I legitimately came within probably a couple of minutes of not being able to celebrate 39. So the fact that I got through that and came here, like, you know, it's a fundamental life-altering thing that I went through. Alright, it's telling me to go up, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm right here. Okay. Yeah, I celebrate that because, like, to me, that is worthy of celebrating, right? You know, I don't...
Here goes. Get ready. Here. Go on. How shocking. No big deal.
You know, but kind of the weird thing is, and my therapist and I were talking a little bit about this yesterday, is that, like, in a weird way, the last 4 years of my life have kind of been some of the best that I've ever had, in a lot of ways. Like, in a weird way, I've bonded closer with my family. I think the whole experience for everyone kind of opened everyone's eyes to a side of life that they've never really...
Still holding up okay?
Yeah, feeling great actually. Could do this all day. It's like someone's pulling me up.
You become one with the mountain. Say what?
Really? I did? Hey! Thanks for having me!
The hell are you doing, Red? Relax. It happens to all new climbers. If she passes out, I'll carry her.
No!
That is hilarious. If you pass the thought, I'll carry her.
Go on! See you around.
That is actually legitimately very funny. Just cheerful and fun. I hope she gets a happy ending. Yeah, I would hope that her attitude doesn't get cut short by events in the game, right? You know, that there isn't some big thing that just stabs her right in the heart, makes it so that her character fundamentally changes. We'd hate that. Wait, does it want me to actually look at these? Okay, I can't interact with them at all. Although the drawings she does of Barrett are hilarious. Nothing can poke a hole in that joyful attitude. Nice. Look, at this point, if you don't know, you're not gonna know. Even I know. I never played the OGs. But a story like this one, you just, like, if you're into RPGs at all, like, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, like I was, I know that's before your time, Conqueror, but, yeah, I have chakra on this guy. I forgot about that. Oops. Like, even if you never played Final Fantasy VII, because, like, I mean, I was a GameCube kid into an Xbox kid. Like, that was the console that we could afford and stuff like that. Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm old enough that, like, I basically, like, my lifespan basically, I mean, video games came before I was born in the late 1980s. Don't freak out. But kind of like, my whole life is kind of tied very tightly together, and probably my older brother a little more so, who's 3 years older than me. But, like, my whole life and, like, the modern, I guess, kind of, well, generally speaking, just the history of video games, period, really kind of go. I mean, because, I mean, you had things like the Commodore 64, the old Atlas consoles and stuff like that, but, like, when you talk about, yes. When you talk about kind of the modern history of
I'm here. You'll see.
video games as we know them, it starts really with the NES and the Famicom.
Go on. Okay. That'll do. Get him.
Follow my lead.
Moving on then.
You know, and the Famicom came out, I think, the NES/Famicom came out, I think, in 1985 or 80. I think it was 1985 or 86. Maybe even 1984. You know, with Super Mario Brothers obviously being one of the big ones, but, like, you know, 1987, like, dude, if you look at the video games that were released in 1987, like, holy shit.
I tell ya, hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet each other proper.
Man.
I tell ya, hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet
Video games released in 1987. Like, 1987 was a big year.
I tell ya, hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet each other proper.
Yeah, so to give you an idea, here are the games that were released in 1987. The original Final Fantasy, Contra, Mega Man, the first Metal Gear, the first Street Fighter, Phantasy Star, Dragon Quest II, Castlevania II Simon's Quest, Legends of Zelda 2, Adventures of Link. Oh, and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Like, that is like a Hall of Fame list of games that all released the same year I was born.
I tell ya, hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet each other, it's proper.
Well, I'll be. Finally, folks who've got some manners. I don't get it. Tons of folks hiking up the mountain today, and not a one of them so much as nodded my way. Even tried calling out to a few sick-looking fellas all in black, and what did I get? Silence.
I thought it was Red for a second. I was like, shut up, Red.
Read each other or something. Ran into a sprightly little lady, too. Now, she was in a real hurry. Couldn't even say hello. Must have been trying to stay ahead of that angry-looking fella with the pretty gal. Mountain ain't no place to be running races, I'll tell you that. Ran into a sprightly little lady, too. Now, she was in a real hurry. Couldn't even say hello.
Without addressing you directly, for real. Those are the types of dudes that we generally told to fuck off in my day. It's probably the same guy that voices Red 13, if I'm being honest.
Must have been trying to stay ahead of that angry-looking fella with the pretty gal.
Yeah, it sounds similar to Red 13's voice. Can I even call my Chocobo up here? No, I cannot call Chocobo up here. Okay. I don't feel like fighting those guys. Generic anime guy number 3, probably. I remember I talked to someone. I don't remember who it was, but he did voice direction for, like, you know, different random, like, TV shows and projects and stuff like that. And he basically told me, like, most people think they have to come in and put on a voice, when the truth of the matter is that if you're not, like, a particular, like, main character where you're trying to make a voice distinct, if you're just, like, background and additional voices, a lot of the times they will just have you talk regular, or they might have you put on, like, hey, what's an accent you're comfortable with, and do that accent. So, like, for me, you know, I could, you know, assuming it fit the tone, like, you know, in a game like Final Fantasy, like this one, there's a pretty decent chance that I could, you know, bust out a southern accent that I have, you know, with a little bit deeper voice and a little bit more drawn out. I've lived here for so fucking long that I know exactly what to do. I could do that as a background voice very easily, but I could also just talk normal, right? But because I'm me, like, and I do, like, D&D DMing and stuff like that, like, I've actually practiced different voices. Like, oh, thank God. Just because it's, like, it's entertaining to me. And part of it's, you know, the schizo talking, right? Not actually schizo. For the record, I just want to make sure that I don't influence anyone the wrong way with that. But So it's just really funny that people are always like, yeah, I got to practice all these voices. When the truth is, you don't have to actually practice voices. You just kind of have to practice emotions. And obviously the hardest ones are things like grief, but... Wait a second. Where I just came from. We're going this way. You know, but of course, like the southern accents, because I hear it all the time, so I'm very used to it. Keeping it mega consistent might be a different thing. But at the very least, I can do it.
Come on, out you go.
Fucking Elena of the Turks. Rude. These motherfuckers. Really love to do voice work. I did the intro for my church's podcast and actually had some fun doing it. Yeah, it's... Voice work is fun.
Well,
And a lot of people think that, oh, I gotta jump right into like doing video games. They literally do local radio commercials.
You here to pick a fight?
What? Oh, no. Just dropping off some unruly passengers. They were fine when we left June.
You're looking for stuff that's like paid, that's really easy to do. And then of course you could always just
Here we are.
talk into a microphone, record it, throw it up on
Don't
YouTube.
lie. 1 minute they were okay, and the next... whatever.
Elena, you're
This is
cute.
way above my pay grade.
Dude, because of helicopter, my controller's like constantly vibrating and I had it sitting down in my lap and I shouldn't have done that. That's awkward.
we'd love to stay and chat, but Brood and I are busy people. She'll be more than happy to keep you company, though. Now play nice, shitbirds.
Okay.
Too bad.
Lightning and wind. Good to know. We all have lightning. No, Red doesn't have lightning, but I think he has wind, so that'll work.
I'll show you what I can do. Too bright?
Now's our chance. I have you ready all the time.
No holding back. Get this over. Gotta stay. In need of my aid?
I guess this is basically outrun the damn thing and then unload when
Take over. I got deal with that.
Here goes. This one's for fun.
It's over.
it did. Oh.
Incoming. Time to bring it down.
didn't even get the ability off, and here we are. It's I do appreciate that the flame patches on the ground actually still do damage when you walk over until they dissipate.
Let's see.
It's aiming at you.
See that? Ow. Okay. Son of a bitch. Let's focus thrust, see if we can get this thing staggered. Flame. I don't know who Aerith's summon is. I think Aerith is the behemoth. Oh, Shiva. No, I want Shiva.
Sorry, I know.
Not Thunder Wind, but it'll work. And Shiva's gonna finish this fight off for us here. Easy enough.
Until next time.
Yeah, I had to get one sword swing in. Okay. That's fucked up.
We're done.
What a team! Guess the Turks are back on duty, huh?
Wish they'd all go on vacation.
For real.
Come on.
We need to find the others.
Earth getting in her feelings about some things. All right, let me see.
The next order of business is the Magnus Materia Project. As you are aware, simultaneous energy spikes were detected in Mako reactors across the world. After analyzing the data from each site, we found the spikes stemmed from the arrival of visitors, unfathomably large life forms.
Oh, is that a weapon?
Based on available information, it would seem so. They supposedly appear when the planet is in danger.
And each one carries an enormous orb of materia. More specifically, an orb from which they themselves were born. They are living enigmas, organisms dying to be understood. And finally, my
God, I wanna
dream of
stab him through the
capturing
throat.
one is within reach. Oh, what I wouldn't give to peel one's flesh back, pull it apart, and see what makes it tick. What?
Your wish, Professor, will soon be granted. We'll all get what we want once that materia is ours.
This is ridiculous. Why waste time monster hunting when we're on the brink of creating the materia ourselves?
I'm aware of your efforts, but it would behoove us to obtain naturally occurring specimens as well.
Well, they would look good in the lobby.
Put them in the bathroom for all I care. Just leave me the carcasses. Those I'll take.
Mr. President, please. What is this really about?
Wu-Tai
Scarlet.
is after them.
Well, talk about burying the lead. Heidegger, I'll need troops.
My finest for the Madam Director.
Mr. President,
Yes.
there's a question I never had the chance to ask your father. Perhaps you could speak on his behalf. We used Avalanche's activities as a cover to sabotage our own reactors and destroy Sector 7. Your father assured us these acts were in service to the Neo-Midgar project. However, the fact remains that we have yet to locate the promised land of legend, or even confirm if it actually exists.
Great though he was, my father was old. And in his dotage, he became rash. But while we're on the subject, there's something I've been meaning to ask all of you regarding those decisions. Why is it that none of you even tried to stop him?
Yes, let's try to stop the president of Shinra.
Shinra must change. We must break new ground, grow stronger, smarter, observe, adapt, expand, control. My father built his empire with your loyal support, and I demand the same. I expect you all to prove that you are devoted not only to the company, but to me.
Oh wow, that frame of mind is eerily familiar. Literally just ask him what he would do if they tried to stop him. Yeah, right? Exactly. You know the type of egomaniac your dad was. Try to stop him. Fucking kidding me.
Yeah?
Let me in.
Rufus is that obnoxious old man in the shit brown suit. I forget his name. I don't remember his name either.
Elmira?
Zach, right?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Upstairs.
Palmer. That's right. Or randomly. See, I don't understand if the stuff with Zach is past events and we're like flashing back, or if they've reimagined him into current events. But I think it's past.
I'm going to take her home.
Now slow down. I've been to your place. Shinra's got it staked out.
Not anymore. They have bigger things to worry about.
But...
And I can't leave her with you.
Oh, that you is pointed.
Of course you can. Just look at Cloud. I've been taking care of...
No, you haven't. Look at the state you've left her in. You didn't even wipe her face, for goodness sake. I'm sorry. Your note had me worried, and now that I'm here, I can see that I was right to be concerned. I brought a wheelchair for Aerith. But if Cloud's coming too, you'll just have to carry him. Think you can handle that?
Yeah, I can do that much. That's Aerith,
Yes, I know.
Aerith! She okay? You're okay. Right, Aerith?
Hey, Elmira.
Yes?
What happened to this place?
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
We're getting the subplot to Crisis. Was it Crisis Core? That was the Zach Fair story.
Aerith.
I'm missing so much lore for this universe.
Hey, which way do you think Midgar is?
It would be east of here. That way.
I wonder how my mom's doing back there.
She seemed fine when I saw her. Maybe a little worried.
She's gonna hate me for this.
So I don't.
Talk to her as soon as you get home. She'll understand.
Really looking forward
I have a
to
love-hate
that
relationship with
conversation.
reusing IP. Let me pause this real quick. Let me do a save since we've gone through quite a bit here. But let me rant for a sec. So Final Fantasy VII, the original game, obviously today does not hold up graphically. You know, it just doesn't work. There's a little bit of, there's like a, I mean, at the time people were like, whoa, this is amazing. And then it went through a period where everyone was like, why did anyone ever like this game? This looks horrible. And then it's like, you didn't actually play the game. And then going from there. This remake has been demanded since like 2005. and the first game came out in 2015, I believe. I think it was no, it was 2019, and then 2022, and then no. Remake all came out after COVID. I think it was 2022, 2024, or 2021, 2024, and 2027. Because it's like the series has actually moved really quickly, and there's been limited time between the games because, when you retain every single person that worked on the original game, they developed that workflow that's just like holy crap, it actually works. Who knew? The live action Disney movies, unfortunately, that is the product of people of my generation that grew up watching the animated movies, making the decision to go, what if we did it live action, or what if we did it in CGI? Kind of forgetting like what made those movies so special to kids and to them as kids in the first place. Like Lion King and Aladdin, I think, are perfect examples. Live actions, it really did not work out. Really did not work out. Snow White, obviously a big one too, but Lion King and Aladdin, those are a product of my generation growing up as kids, right? What they forgot made those movies so impactful to them wasn't how they looked. It was the stories that were being told. It was the music. It was the songs. It was the messaging that was going on behind them. Like with Lion King, obviously, you're talking about, growing up and coming of age and understanding yourself. And, in the case of Simba, it was, accepting a destiny that was kind of foisted on him that he didn't really want, but he learns to know that it's kind of what's best for not just him and his family, but the entire ecosystem, right? And like the live action movies removed a lot of that soul that was based in it in favor of, ooh, look how pretty we can make these lions. On top of that, things like with the Lion King movie, I don't think the voice acting was all that good. It was a star-studded cast, talented people, but the writing did them no justice, right? And I worry that we're going to do things like that with, like, I took my kid to see the live action, or to see Toy Story 5. Something special about animation, I think we're in a weird situation where people want more realistic animation, and they forget that sometimes just hand-drawn cartoon-style animation does an absolute ton for things. It's kind of some of the same debate with like the Final Fantasy community, actually, because I've been seeing this. Been seeing this happen a lot as well, where people are like, we want Final Fantasy turn-based, but with realistic graphics. And then there are people that are like,
Really worked up a sweat.
Devil May Cry Fantasy 16 was great.
All clear. No nasty surprises and no materia.
We managed to catch her before she could get as far as the reactor.
Which is the whole reason we're here. So hurry it up, or those hooded guys will beat us to it.
Because like, even like more traditional Japanese anime, you think of shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, Dan to Dan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Witch Hat Atelier, like all these quote-unquote animes that are in this more cartoon style. There are a lot of people that just immediately turn off of it because it's quote not realistic. And I'm like, that's part of what makes them so good. By the way, that is fucking insane. So it's just a matter of like, there are people whose tastes have evolved, but they haven't evolved enough. And there's less open-mindedness towards certain properties.
Hey, So, what's the deal with all these creepy hooded guys anyway?
They're Shinra's victims.
Well, they're in good company. I'll give them that.
How you figure?
When Shinra invaded Wutai, it was pretty bad. They leveled towns, killed thousands. And when the dust settled, they forced some BS truce on us.
I thought both sides wanted a ceasefire.
The old geezers at the top did, yeah. But the rest of us were pissed. They'd been running Wutai into the ground for years. It was the last straw. We were done. Everyone was ready to kick those old farts to the curb. And that's when Colonel Lodbrok's team showed up. 3 ex-soldiers ready to join the cause.
Who'd you say?
Lodbrok. His squad saved Wutai from those senile old fossils. Paved the way forward. They didn't do it alone, though. While the Colonel's crew was rallying the people, their friend Viceroy Saruf agreed to help. Then, bam! Revolution! And that is how the interim government was born.
Revolution, huh? Y'all did good.
But why the interim? Because once this war with Shinra's behind us, the whole country's gonna come together and decide what kind of government we want.
Change shirts real quick.
Which is why we're doing everything we can to make sure the interim ends in independence. Pretty cool, right? Just gonna stand there? Let's get going.
Fantasy games are so silly. I mean, I guess it's in the names. I guess we have to call this fantasy. Although it's not. It's. I don't even know if you would call it high fantasy. It's kind of in its own genre of fantasy, right? 'Cause, like, high fantasy is like your traditional medieval Western one. Or even your ancient Eastern ones, like the Days of the Samurai and stuff like that in Far Eastern culture. Dude, I have graphics on low and this game is pretty. It is wild to me.
All that stuff down there is Mako?
Yep.
Then it's gotta be hiding some ginormous materia! Woohoo! Oh, I'm gonna be so powerful, it's scary.
Rumble, rumble, rumble.
What's that?
The hell was that thing?
Not something we're fighting.
Tutelary creatures, said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger. Hojo has sought them for years.
Did you see what was inside it? That had to have been the biggest freaking materia ever! Just gotta figure out how to catch that overgrown fish.
That guardian of the planet?
Whatever. I'm not about to let a materia that beautiful get away. And just so we're clear, it's mine.
Yep, you called it a weapon.
Cool. You fish.
Huh?
We'll keep moving.
Hey, not cool. This isn't goodbye, sweet weapon. I'll be back.
Notice it's always capitalized too.
A guardian beast like that wouldn't show up.
Based on the trailer,
Really push the planet to
the weapons will be in the next game, but I think we're being introduced to them in this one.
Avalanche was right about the threat they posed all along. We were, weren't we?
Yeah. But don't forget, Shinra's not the only problem.
Right. Sephiroth is still out there.
Is that way over prepared? Yeah. I mean, look, if you play JRPGs in the 90s, you always either went in over leveled and you brute forced it, or you like pre-planned and figured out like, okay, what are the weaknesses of this character and what do I need to do to get set up? And you like either looked up like a guide or figured it out on your own, like one of two things there, right? So yeah, like word of mouth does a lot, right? Like I never played Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that, but even I heard the name Omega Weapon in schools and stuff like that. No different than like FF10. I learned what Sin was before I ever actually sat down and watched a buddy of mine play it. That was in my early high school days. Daddy Sin, yep. Generally afraid to face them in the remake. So I'm very curious as to how those fights are going to be. The one thing I do notice with the boss fights in this game, and I think the reason they don't bother me is because I do play a lot of this genre, but like I was thinking about them in the last remake, and then so far the ones that I faced in Rebirth, is that they're very MMO design. In terms of like, avoid these big giant fucking circles. Here's your damage amp window. Here's where you do XYZ thing. And like, again, that doesn't bother me because I play a lot of MMOs. And so for me, like that fight design is something that's never been unappealing in a sense to me. But I know a lot of people like really hate that. And I'm worried they're just going to make them like, there's ways to make really interesting and fun bosses in a single player game, right? Like obviously Dark Souls is really good about doing it to where all their major boss fights feel different in different ways. Dude, they were kind of gimmicky fights where you would knock out your teammates and everyone had a time limit unless you got a special material. They were kind of easy to work around with that knowledge. Well, yeah, I mean, you're talking 1997 game design, right? On a system that doesn't allow the level of depth of visuals and space that we have now, right?
For now, can't cross till we lower it.
Well, this sucks.
What?
You know this area, don't you?
You know, like if you think of a, like other than Kefka, is there a single boss fight from Final Fantasy VI that people actually remember as being like mechanically difficult? Really not. Even Kefka's not that hard.
We're working on it. Just wait a minute. Hey, Cloud. Come on.
But, you know, that's on the Super Nintendo. Like, those fights were remembered because of the art and the music, not because the fights were actually hard.
Perhaps the Mako got to him. Regardless, he's clearly tired.
Cloud could rest here while a couple of us go and lower the bridge, yeah?
Works for me.
When that thing rings, you'll know we're done. And you, don't move till you're good and ready.
All right, put on your mining helmets and follow me.
Aqua without thinking of Mako Sharks. That does make sense. Legitimately, it does. I get it. Kind of make Barrett busted, man. I only know what they are because of the old game Depth where you could play as a shark. I'd say it's a nice little change of pace and not play Cloud for a little bit.
Which way?
With that thing. But we're gonna have to power it on first. The generator's just across the way.
Okay. That was quick. Excuse me.
That's to be you.
Hey, did you see me in action?
Appreciate high ether.
this thing from the control unit upstairs.
Can you?
If I have to.
Okay. That's its level of dynamic. I have a ear over for her. No. Okay. Buy another one then. I never understood the glove on her left hand. Like obviously it's like somewhat armor. Like I don't know what function it actually serves her. Dual disc to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Hell yeah, dude, Yu-Gi-Oh's awesome. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is was one of my early animes that I watched. I was Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. Like a lot of people my age, if you weren't like mega into Naruto, Pokemon, and Digimon, yeah. For me, my age, it was DBZ, Pokemon, and Naruto. At least from like a especially Digimon. I'll say Digimon is better than Pokemon. I'll die on that hill. I don't totally disagree, at least from a like television show perspective. I think Pokemon obviously had a lot more depth to it than like as a franchise and as like a series, but in terms of just pure animation, it is really hard to argue that, you know, Pokemon after a time kind of began to be all the same. What the fuck are we about to fight? Digimon just kind of crumbled under the just ridiculous run that Pokemon seemed to be on. During that time, like, it was hard to stop the power of Pikachu mostly. And the other thing is, like, the original 151, there's a reason they're still the most loved generation, right? Yeah, like Digimon tried to kind of focus on the we're a strong video game property aspect. Cockatrice, that's why I've been getting the gold needles. Okay. Yeah, it's much more multimedia, and it just... Although, it didn't help, I think Digimon came out after as well, which never helps the property at all. Because everyone just looks at it and goes, oh, that's just, you know, a ripoff of Pokemon. And I don't think that helped. You know, it's the same thing when Overwatch came out, and then I think like a year later, a game called Paladins came out that was very similar. You know, hero shooter, the only difference is that Paladins had, you know, different build setups that you could make, different perks and stuff like that. People accused the two games of basically copying each other, like, and the fans of both couldn't decide, you know, which one was right, quote unquote. I think I have everything over here, so I think I gotta go down, right? Yeah. I actually agree that Paladins was a better game. Like, I played a lot of it in its open beta cycle. The problem that Pirate Studios had, and they've done this too many fucking times at this point, is that they made sweeping changes too fast. Jesus, can get out of there. Still my favorite hero shoot 'em up of all time, and I'm heartbroken that it died. Yeah, no, honestly, like, I adored the fuck out of that game. You know, I loved Bomb King. I loved, Pip. I loved Grover. There are a lot of characters in that game that I absolutely adore and I loved playing. You know, and it had a really good early competitive scene that I thought was, generally speaking, healthier than what Overwatch's early competitive scene was. But they did everything in their power to shoot themselves in the foot by moving too fast with it. I didn't know for the longest time that Bomb King was voiced by Joshua Tomar, appeared on Oni Plays all the time. Yeah. There's one other character, I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, I love the sniper character. God, what was her name? Katara? I liked Katara. I always enjoy playing snipers in games like that, but I've never actually been any good with them. They were focused on competing with other games instead of making the best game they could capitalize on. They were capable of. Yeah, absolutely. They wanted to get their name out and become quote unquote a big studio before they were actually ready to be a big studio.
You got this? You even have to ask?
You know, and I know, like, they made big sweeping changes to the game because they were like, oh, all these bits are too bloated. I remember that Eevee, which was like the broomstick riding chick, like at the blink, and was like a pain in the ass. It played really well. Was it Shao something? He was like a bow and arrow guy. But like, I like projectile. Yeah, the ice witch. But then they did the things like the traits that basically took things that players had had previously and then made block them behind to where you didn't have, you know, what you're used to with the full kits, and that was a huge fix. Maldamba was another one. Yeah, I was a big fan of Grover as a healer and Pip as a healer, like those more flanky support style characters, rather than the true healer types. Playing Grover as a sniper was fun too. They were playing a poke comp. Do that. I learned that Bomb King was like a great counter to Eevee because if you figured out where the Eevee blinked, Rocket Raccoon is basically Pip. Yeah, that's kind of why I like Rocket and Rivals, and I'm kind of learning how to play him now. Because he reminds me a lot of that without like the damage capabilities. Oh, for sure. Makoa is basically Roadhog with the hook and Buck is, the shotgun wielder like Ash. Like, the thing about hero shooters is that it's very hard to make an original idea anymore because you're kind of always taking stuff from other ideas. I mean, there are people that will still to this day tell you that a character like Soldier 76 is nothing but a ripoff of some like Team Fortress or Ultima Online or whatever the case may be, and it's like, bruh, like the assault wielding traditional soldier has been a staple of video games before most of us were alive, dog. Like, I still say tank, DPS, and support.
Why do I gotta do all the work?
Well, the other thing about that, like, people are like, oh, there's nothing new, but like, the newness isn't necessarily always in abilities. And then even then, like, the way that Overwatch plays and the way that Marvel Rivals plays are like two very different games. They play very differently from each other. Like, if you played Rivals and then you play Overwatch, just the speeds of the game are different. The way the aiming and gunplay feels is different. Like, I don't care that the abilities are quote-unquote the same. When the truth is that Soldier 76 versus the Punisher, am I gonna die from this thing?
I'm so generous.
Alright. They used to lock in one character. Yeah, like, well, the thing is, it's like, I would argue in Rivals, like, it's generally, unless it's just like, it's very clear you're not going to get anywhere with it, it's actually, in my opinion, better to just kind of stick with one character. Like, I've been learning Storm, or relearning Storm, and putting a lot of emphasis on her, Groot, Cyclops. And, like, regardless of what's going on in the match, I just kind of stick to that character. Unless it just feels like it's untenable, right? Like, if I'm playing Storm and they have... you know, a Punisher that's just always, like, on my ass about everything, then, like... okay, maybe I swap over to Cyclops or to Namor, who's my other favorite, kind of in that realm.
We have to help them.
Oh, you're ugly.
Over here, bird brain! Take on someone your own size!
You good?
Oh, yeah.
Fire poison. I have no Vanguard mains. I suck at tank, which is funny since I run into firefights so quickly and die. Need good dive tanks. I mean, obviously Venom. I think it's the epitome. Venom, Hulk, Captain America, Angela to a lesser extent. Those are kind of like your best, like, just drop into the back line, try to kill the supports, and then fly out and be a nuisance everywhere else. I prefer, I mean, I play a lot of Angela just as a change of pace, but I prefer the Bruiser tank, so I play a lot of Groot and I'm playing a lot of Dino.
How do you like this? Get lost! This is gonna be a gap. You come on now! Ugly's working on something! How you like this? Come here, big bully! You're going down! Let's turn up the grill! Gotcha!
Simple enough. Probably play most Scout and TF2. I don't mind being tanks. I think that's why I play them in WoW a lot too. Because like, I think the best part of being a tank in a game like Rivals or Overwatch is being an absolute nuisance.
What the? Leave me alone. Hey!
Someone has a fan.
No fair.
Like, I think that's the reason I love Groot, is I'm never gonna do a shitload of damage.
Already, but fine.
Hey, check out its head. Does it remind you of anyone?
Oh wow.
It's Cloud, only cute.
That settles it. I hereby dub thee Cloud Jr.
Hey, we could take that minecart down. Save ourselves a hike. Not the smoothest ride, but it sure is fast. Me and Dine used to...
Said the name.
Get it. Let's just lower the bridge and get back to the others.
Okay.
Pretty cute when he's cross-dressing. True. Does make a pretty girl.
Yeah, I got this. First that, then...
Look, I'm a straight guy, and yeah, he was cute.
They did it.
Nice.
Right. Now that the bridge is good to go, let's touch base with the others.
Roger.
Hello? This is Special Agent Yuffie. Can you read me, Commander Cloud? How you doing?
Like 89% straight.
I'm good.
We'll take a cart back down. You three follow the
I don't talk about this a lot. I actually did, like, experiment in college. Like, I thought I would straight. I only dated girls in high school, and then my high school girlfriend and I broke up. And, like, I was having a conversation with, like, a group of friends. And someone was like, "Are you straight?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "Have you ever tried?" I was like, "Nope." They're like, "Then how do you know?" And I really couldn't argue that. And so, just one night at a party, I happened to be a guy that was like, he was like, that was like one of his like things, is he loved like exploring with, you know, helping guys explore. And so we tried. I immediately was like, no, this is not comfortable for me, and he was very cool about it. And that's how I know that I straight as a board. You know, but like, I'm one of the few guys that's like dead set on claiming that they're straight, that actually has sat down and like actually at some point experimented, you know. Guy's sexual, makes sense. they were Blizzard, not. I've not heard that term. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, there. Or was society considered traditionally feminine? Okay. There's like ladies and femboys, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. Like, I learned something today, so I appreciate that. At the very least, I appreciate that. I learned something today that I didn't know otherwise. Okay. Yeah, I guess that definitely makes. I'm getting our graphical glitches again. Hang on. I can break those. Okay, whatever.
We should be able to switch the track here.
Do you think the others are gonna be okay? These tracks seem about ready to fall apart.
I have a feeling it'll hold for a while yet. You do?
Oh, I have a feeling I'll have to control Yuki and
Wait, I've read
use her
about
thing
this.
on those boxes.
Bats and dogs can sense all kinds of stuff through their paws. Things our feet could never pick up on. Yeah, they're super sensitive. You're pets, right?
Except that mine can discern far more than any pet.
So, Red,
No,
I didn't even say anything yet.
you didn't have to.
One squeeze,
No.
please? If not for me, at least for Cloud?
I mean, I am kind of curious.
How about this? At the next inn, we treat you to a foot massage.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Go on! Get him! Go on!
Let's do this. That'll do.
Sign you up for the foot massage. If it's Red's feet, though, is that different?
Keep it together.
I'll show you what I can do. Feeling chilly? You'll see. You okay?
Usually furry is a spectrum, but it's not quite human enough for you.
Go on.
Completely fair.
That's it. See you around.
They have to be intelligent. Have somewhat human intelligence. Funny.
This looks like a spot. Let's call him up. Tell him we're here. Cloud, what's our route looking like?
Did what I could. Should be fine.
Are you sure? Like, really sure?
Thanks for that. Sit tight. We'll be down soon. Only way out is through. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Mine is this woman is kind, caring, and generally speaking is understanding of where I'm at in my life, right? Like I'm
It's fine. It's just a card. It can't kill you.
like I had surgery, I can't have more kids. I have one already that is almost double digits in age. So like being with me means that he's gonna be around and be involved and be part of things eventually.
All right, Junior. In you go. Attaboy.
But like
Hold on now.
this is something that my therapist and I are also working on. Hit the Y button, damn it. I'll read that in a sec. Doing theme park ride shit right now. tempted to make sure I can never have kids, but I have to wait until I have a partner and know what she wants. I don't know if I'll ever be ready for that. I feel like I need to meet someone to fulfill that desire. I could be a teacher or something. Messed up Carmen on one of her streams and it was hilarious. Yeah, some people get. I'm that way. So I'm gonna pause this real quick because ads are starting up anyways. But unsolicited advice. Consider this for what you will. As someone that has children, I became a stepfather early in my last marriage, and then have one of my own. Despite the fact that I'd been a dad for about 7 to 8 years, I think, by the time we made the decision to have my son, I still was not prepared for what bringing a child into the world brought. It actually messed me up a little bit too. Like, obviously, there's always a big focus on female postpartum depression and stuff like that. There's not enough conversation about male postpartum depression because it's very real. Very real. Okay. And it sucks. It's hard because you just feel like your world gets thrown out of just completely upside down. Because you go from, having a routine where you maybe sleep 8 hours a night or 7 hours a night, and you have this routine with your partner, especially if you guys are living alone before you bring a child, that you can kind of do whatever, whenever. And then you bring this child in that's, awake every couple of hours, for the first few months, and your sleep gets royally fucked. You have to completely change your lifestyle in some ways to adapt to the fact that you have this very tiny human that you have to take care of. And as a male, there's a lot of other things that you're kind of expected to pick up the slack on because you're not just a feeding tube. Like my ex-wife for a long time just felt like she was nothing but a feeding tube. And I had to remind her that she wasn't. I had to make sure that when she pumped and stuff, that I would use that milk, and I would tell her like the first time that I told her to go to breakfast with her friends, like she pumped that morning, I said, go to breakfast with your friends, get away from this house, get away from everything, just go be an adult with your friends. And I had to step up and do that stuff. And it's hard. And, when I was married with her, I didn't really have my own circle of friends. All of my friends were her friends. But she would have things like, she would have things where she would be like, hey, go do this thing with your brothers. And it was a good way for us to reset in those early months. It was hard, but we had to do it. But it was also tough on each other person because you then felt like you had to do everything all day and all night. If that person went out, whatever it was. A lot of people worry about fucking up and doing something wrong and hurting their child. I totally understand that. I did too. Especially your first one. You're always very uber protective of your first one. And my situation was a little bit unique because my ex-wife had already had a child. She'd gone through that process before. She remembered it. It was different, obviously, with her second one because she had a new husband at the time, me, different circumstance. It was a boy instead of a girl. So it still was hard for her. But for me, it was a completely new experience. But the number one thing that she always told me, and everyone's going to try to give you unsolicited advice if you have a child or if you're the parent of a child. They're always going to be like, well, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I'm very happy that my parents did not do that. My parents, from the day we told them that we were having what turned out to be our son, anytime I was like, man, I don't know what this is going to be like, they would always be like, well, it's going to be different. Now my parents were very cognizant of the fact that by the time I had my son, I was 30. I was about to turn 30. My younger brother was 26 at the time. They haven't raised babies in 25 years, and things have changed. they were at least cognizant of that. So they always just told us, just trust your instincts and communicate what you want with everyone else. Which is why to this day, whenever my ex-wife and I sit down and we're like, all right, this is what we're going to do to approach with our son, I tell my parents, hey, we're doing this. I tell my brothers and my sister-in-law, hey, just so you know, we're doing this thing with our kid. Like, and God bless them all, they support it. You know, even if they don't have to do anything, they at least are aware. The one person that doesn't always do that is actually his older sister, but she still tries to parent in the way that she thinks is correct. And I'm just like, you need to step away, your sister, not parent, and go from there. But anyways, number one advice that I always got was trust your instincts. And believe it or not, even if you don't think you'll ever be ready, your instincts will kick in. Sorry, I'm so afraid because I don't want to be my father. I love him, but I don't want to make the same mistakes. Difficult for me because I've mostly seen the dark side of relationships where parents love each other, but they're not perfect. I don't remember the sweet dates and gestures that they made for each other. I remember the fights because they are less common and stand out. I think of my brother who struggles to see his kid for even a few moments. But at the same time, that's the type of thing that's going to, like, the fact that you're cognizant and aware of that stuff is the reason that you're going to be a good parent, because you remember the negatives. And now natural human nature is to remember negatives more than positives. All right. That's why I try so hard to always, like, a great example of this idea is the fact that when my ex-wife and I split up, I didn't delete any of the photos that I had posted of us throughout the years on Instagram. And she didn't do that either. And people were like, why not? Like, they broke up with their exes and they just basically wiped all memory of them off their profiles. And it was like, well, we still have our son. We don't want those photos to go away. But both of us recognized that those were happy moments in our lives. Things might not have been perfect, but ultimately when we posted those, it's because we were happy about it. And so remembering that stuff, and the one piece of relationship advice that I always give people, you know, which, again, this might sound weird coming from someone that is a divorcee, but it's always remember at the end of the day, it is you and your partner versus the problem. It is not you versus them. I learned this the hard way because at the end of my relationship, a lot of it became her versus me. When for years, without me knowing it at the time, we did everything as us versus the problem. The other thing that I always tell people is I don't care how angry you are at the end of the night. When you go to lay down in that bed, you kiss each other goodnight and you tell each other that you love each other. Because going to bed angry is the worst. Or even if the problem can't be solved that day, or whatever the case may be, by kissing each other goodnight and telling each other that you love each other, and both of you say it, both of you mean that kiss, it's a good way to remind each other that you're still in this together. So, like, the things that you're so stressed out about and that you're worried about and things that like weigh heavy on you when you think about the idea of having kids are going to be the exact reason that you, I think, would be a good dad, because you understand you're taking your life experiences and then you have the goodwill to try and do much better. You know, struggles to see his kid even for a few moments. I don't know if that's by choice or if by other circumstances, it doesn't matter. As long as he's trying, it's worth it. That's why I'm very lucky with my ex-wife. Like, she will give me time. Like, she's giving me the time today. Like, she was like, hey, go pick him up from daycare. Go spend a couple of hours with him. It's your birthday. She had a day where she's like, hey, I'm teaching yoga class all day today. Boyfriend was working his job that day. She's like, he's going to be bored. Do you want to come get him for like 3 or 4 extra hours so that I can teach this without him sitting at the yoga studio being bored, and he can have fun with you. You get a little extra time to see him because it's going to be a little while before I got to see him again. Like, we work together on that. Like, if I ask for time, unless it's just absolutely not possible, she never tells me no. And I'm truly appreciative of that. And that's by the same token, if she's like, hey, we're doing a trip this weekend, can I have that weekend? I will never tell her no. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, as long as your brother's trying to see your kid, even if it's whatever reason he's not, it's good. Okay, special needs definitely adds an extra layer to it. But even if, because like right now, like, I mean, technically speaking, my ex and I, we could do week to week. We could. Um, but right now, obviously, with me being out of work, it's a situation where it just wouldn't be the right thing to do for him to have him live with me for a week at a time and then go back to her a week at a time. The other thing is my son's old enough now that he kind of understands all that stuff, and he is also not interested in that. He likes seeing his sister every day, So, we do every other weekend, and that was actually his idea because he wanted to spend more time with mom on the weekends, and he wanted to spend more time, that way the time that he has with me is really fun. The time he can have with his mom is really fun. And then during the week, during school, he's doing the weekly routine where it's a little bit of fun and mixed in, but for the most part, he wakes up, he goes to school, he comes home, does his homework or goes to after school, comes home, you know, eats dinner, gets clean, maybe plays a couple of games before he goes to bed, reads a book and goes to bed. It's very routine. So we didn't want to break that. Um, but even if you can spend a few hours with him every weekend or something like that, he's still doing the best that he can. But like I said, your experiences, all those things that you're talking about, like the things that the things that you've seen from your family, you know, if you want to get the surgery to never have kids again, you can. There is a reversible version. It tends to be a little more expensive. But if you want to do that, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I made that decision. I'm very content. I'm very happy about it. And quite a few women have expressed that they love that I took that step because it's like, yes, it's about protecting me, but at the same time, it kind of protects them. But I'm also very, very, very positive that I'm not having more children, and that's okay. That's what's tough about my brother, and if he loves his half brother, there's no half about it. He may not even understand why the family seems to have this two-part split dynamic. That's probably true. Like, we don't, my son and his sister, we don't call them half siblings. They're brother and sister. So, my son asked me why isn't mom and dad together anymore?
Better than I thought, actually. Guess Cloud didn't feel like completely screwing us over.
Is it a reversible vasectomy or is it a different procedure? I mean, if you want to reverse it, you have to go back in and they have to basically reconnect your tubes. But what they do in the non-reversible version is they burn the tube that does that.
Miraculously, yeah.
So it basically makes it so that it cannot ever be reconnected. But the reversible procedure, what they basically do is they tie it off. And then if you ever decide you want to reverse it and have kids again, then you go back in and they will basically refuse them. I don't know the exact steps behind it. Oh, mama. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a much smaller version than what fallopian tubes are.
We'll miss you, Cloud Jr.
Come on.
Well, when they cauterize the one and then tie it off, yeah, that's not reversible. I don't know the exact, because like I never sat there and was like, yeah, I want a reversible version.
I am not looking forward to this.
Your homecoming?
So I never talked to them about what goes into the reversible procedure. But if it's something that you're thinking about, like, it's never a bad idea to talk to if you have like a primary care, talk to them and see if he can get you in with a urologist who does the procedures. And just talk to them and see what they say. Or you talk to your primary care about it and say, hey, this is something that I'm thinking about, like what goes into that, obviously. You know, and see what they can tell you. You know, with you at your age, they're gonna be like, why are you even thinking about this? Because like you're still young. But whereas for me, like I told them I was 38 and they were like, okay. But they still like put me through the ringer. Like, is this something that you are 100% sure?
Wallace has graced us with his presence.
Surprised you had the balls to come back, but we're so glad you did.
There. A hero's welcome.
Leave him alone!
Don't.
What?
Whatever. Let's go.
Probably did that because they couldn't give it a middle finger and not have it be meant for mature.
Now where'd our buddies in black get to? Ain't had no honest word since that damn reactor blew.
Not a day goes by.
A customer.
Hold on to all those. I'll give that to Barrett. Gotta give those to. I can give that to Eva. Do some. So we're probably gonna get. I think it's probably a decent little stopping point, so I can go get changed and. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be streaming probably 7:45 to like probably close to 10 or 10:30, 10:30ish or so. Because I'm gonna stream the alt raid for tomorrow that we're doing in WoW. But I'm tentative on that. Mainly because I need to see A, how I'm feeling after everything tomorrow. And B, there's hold off on doing that. Do that. I think there's anything here. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I joined the watch.
Okay, so let me save it here. We'll go ahead and end out here. I appreciate everyone hanging out. I know it's a daytime stream. It's never going to do the same as some of my other ones, but I still... appreciate everyone that comes and hangs out here. So we'll end it there for the day. I'm going to go get changed and go figure out what I'm going to do with my kid for the next couple hours. And, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Keep an eye on social media and in the Discord. I'll keep an update on that. Like I may or may not. Like I said, it's all going to depend on how I'm feeling. Kind of what's going on with some other folks. Some folks have some things planned that I want to be there to help support that are big deals for them. So I want to be able to support that over just a simple little stream, silly little stream. And then Sunday, I'm going to spend a lot of time working on some ASMR videos so I can start putting those out onto the ASMR channel throughout next week. Go from there. So yeah, appreciate it. Have a good day. Appreciate it. Conquer, you too, dude. Thank you for hanging out. Zandy, if you're still around, thank you for hanging out.